There are specific images that we cannot unsee from 9/11 that are imprinted on our hearts and our souls. One photograph of an impromptu act became a symbol of honor and faith for the fallen, strength and resolve for survivors. Nicole Kreitz had a chance to speak with the Ground Zero photographer who snapped that very shot everyone recognizes about documenting.
This was going to be the story of our generation. It had that kind of magnitude.
For photojournalist Tom Franklin, 9/11 was a blur. It struck him when he shot this now iconic photograph, the familiar symbolism to the Battle of Iwo Jima.
From the thousands of throats upon ships and on land and sea came the sudden cry, "There goes the flag."
He had no idea at the time this would become one of the most recognizable images from 9/11.
Everything that I saw and I photographed, it was just incomprehensible.
No one picture immediately stood out to him any more powerful than the more than 1,000 others he captured that devastating day. Working for The Record in New Jersey, Tom was rushing to Lower Manhattan when the second plane hit the towers.
We saw a plane coming very low, and everyone said, wow, that plane is very, very low.
Oh my God, another plane has just hit another building, flew right into the middle of it.
Tom shot these images from an impromptu triage center at Exchange Place in Jersey City.
Literally right across the Hudson River from Lower Manhattan and the World Trade Center.
He recognized the importance of documenting everything, to be the eyes for all of us physically distanced from the devastation, to see the grief and pain, to feel the shock and daze, that visceral, raw emotion.
It was surreal. I had to really put it in check. I had to compartmentalize the emotions because I was really aware of the historic, aspect of what I was photographing.
He managed to talk his way onto a boat.
As a photojournalist, you're frequently, swimming upstream, and I just wanted to quietly do my job and get as close as I can.
Then he was there at Ground Zero.
The dust in the air, that had really, sucked all the color out of everything. Everything was gray and there was ash everywhere.
Shooting through tears, his lens led him through the rubble.
I'd never covered war. I'd never been on a battlefield, but this felt like that. I saw lots of search and rescue personnel. I did not see them recover anybody. I did not see any signs of survivors or people who didn't survive. It was just mangled metal, debris, and dust.
This photo taken of Tom just so happened to be snapped in the same spot he'd returned to hours later to capture the photo that captured our hearts.
Out of the corner of my eye, I saw these three firemen, and I saw them fumbling with this flag, so I moved closer, and I got into a position to make a photograph of this, and it took a couple of minutes for them to finally get this flag attached to a string, and they hoisted it up a flagpole, and it was like that. It was very quick. It was not a performance in any shape or fashion. They had no idea I was taking their picture.
Eventually used to make a commemorative stamp, Tom's photo helped raise more than $10 million for victims of 9/11.
I think there's a lot of positive feelings and emotions that people get from the photograph.
Reflecting on the universal significance of the flag flying atop the debris, it all came into focus how this one shot captured the pain and promise that brought us all together.
There are not too many photographs of that day that people can, draw a positive response from. And I think the flag raising photograph is one of those. It'll always be about those thousands of people who died selflessly in a horrific way. And we should remember them and we should honor them.